do now is we're going to add an animation prior to the path animation that we see here. So you see we have a section in this animation from 0 to 60 before the animation begins playing. Well, what we're going to have happen to the ship between frames 0 and 60 is we're going to have it start at the base here, slowly rise up, and then continue along the animation, or continue along the curve as far as that animation goes. So it's a combination between some keyframe animation and some path animation. So first thing we need to do is we're going to move this curve 5 increments along the translate Y. So make sure your channels panel is open. I'm going to type 5 into translate Y just to slightly raise it up. And as you can see, because the ship is attached to the curve, it moves up with the curve. Okay, next thing we need to do is we need to select the ship, and then we're going to have it start at the, well, we're going to enter 0 in the translate Y section. So with the ship selected, go over to translate Y. Oh yeah, and we need to make sure that we're at frame 1. So once our ship is selected, we have frame 1 on the timeline here. We're going to enter 0, and then we're going to key translate Y at 0. So the ship, now we should see a little marker on frame 1, and the ship is set to 0. Now if I were to move the slider here, you'll see that the animation is a little off now, but that's okay, we're gonna fix that. So back to frame 1, and we're gonna want to frame all of these values or attributes at that same, on frame 1 we need to select and hold down shift. So you're selecting all of the attributes of this object, and you're going to right click and key select it. You're going to key all of these attributes at that same area here, and then we're going to modify a few things like have the ship raise up, and then turn the on and off switches, which allows us to go from regular animation or frame animation and then attach it to the curve and have it go along the curve animation. So one thing they're going to want you to do is rotate your ship so that the ship will start in this position here, raise up, and then go back to its original orientation. So the, what is it called? Along the rotate Y, we'll need to enter -90, enter, and then right click and key select it. So what we should have at this point is our ship, well actually our path with a translate value of 5, translate Y value of 5, and then our ship on frame 1, translate Y value of 0, and then a rotate Y value of -90. That's what we should have before we get started with the next video.